Why, good evening. Welcome back to Coasting the Planet. And as the sun sets on this beautiful Monday afternoon, or I guess it's evening if the sun is setting. But anyways, I wanted to go ahead and talk to y'all, finally, about kind of what you can expect from the channel in 2023, that kind of thing. We are like a month into 2023. It's January 23rd, so I guess it's about time to talk about that. I've honestly just been taking the beginning of the year pretty slow. The ending of 2022 was a little bit weird for me. Nothing like bad at all, don't worry, just a little weird. So I took the first few weeks to just, hang out with some friends and family, play some video games, just do some stuff I haven't really had time to do in a while, and just relax before heading back to school. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to school in Knoxville, and I'm from the Nashville area, so still go back there on like breaks and stuff. So came from Nashville back to Knoxville just like 2 days ago, and then had first day of classes today. Yeah, we get a really long winter break, which is nice, but trying to take those first few weeks, just kind of relax and reset going into this year, and hopefully figure out how a lot more things are going to fall into place in life in general, but even just with how I'm going to handle this and other YouTube ventures and such. For those of you who were unaware, I originally just posted coaster enthusiast related videos to Variety Entertainment, which was my channel I'd been working on messing with for like 5 years. That was just me throwing all my interests into one bucket, and that I just felt like that wasn't really working for me. So I'll still have that channel for the backlog and also just to upload anything that's not going to fit in other niches, but I thought it was better to have channels for specific niches. I just feel like that'll work better. But for now, since this is a roller coaster and greater amusement industry focused channel, I wanted to talk a bit about some of the parks I may be planning to visit this year, etc., before I lose any of y'all. Unlike some of the other coaster channels and stuff, I don't really have any specific plans to share. I don't really sit down and plan all my entire year for theme parks and stuff. I know larger trips you have to plan much farther out, but I honestly just don't really have the time and money right now to do any larger theme park focused trips. So all my stuff's going to be a bit more last minute planned, especially with how all my scheduling and stuff is working out right now. That's just what's easier for me to do. So starting the year here, I just got back to Knoxville, so this whole spring semester you can expect lots of content from the whole Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Sevierville area. That's the closest area with roller coasters or anything like that, being about 45 minutes away from Knoxville according to GPS, but Sevierville traffic makes sure that it takes at least an hour to get anywhere that you're actually going there. But got a lot of great stuff there, like a full theme park in Dollywood, tons of alpine coasters. I think there's at least 5 alpine coasters there. It's like the literal alpine coaster capital of the world. Lots of other like cheesy dark rides and tourist trappy amusement industry kind of stuff. Really a great area for coaster and greater amusement industry kind of enthusiasts. So I'm very lucky to have that so close. Dollywood doesn't open until mid-March, so until then we got some of the crappy dark rides and alpine coasters over there. I was actually going to go ride some alpine coasters tonight, but I ended up deciding not to do that because it's been a kind of tiring day and weekend coming all the way back here and then having the first day of classes and everything like that. I decided it'd be better just to take the night to kind of relax here. So we'll just kind of see whatever kind of stuff over there I have time to do until other stuff starts opening up in March. Then in March kind of comes hopefully the 2 things that I really do want to and plan to do this semester if I'm able to. Of course, there's Dollywood opening day. Their pass holder preview is March 10th, a Friday. I can probably go there after class. It'd just be the evening. But then I'll also go to their public opening day on March 11th, which is hopefully also going to be a pass holder preview and public opening day for Big Bear Mountain, their new Vekoma family multi-launch. My first time really watching a coaster's construction. I watched it throughout the year this year, uploaded several videos of the construction. Pretty exciting stuff, even though it is a family coaster. I'm very excited to be able to ride it and hopefully be there for both pass holder preview and public opening day, which will hopefully be the pass holder preview and public opening day for the park. Dollywood hasn't made an official announcement yet, but they said back in November that they were shooting to have this ride ready to go for park opening day in the spring, and they just finished all the track work, I think a couple weeks ago. So hopefully they're able to finish all the theming and buildings and infrastructure and stuff and get testing done by March. I'm hoping. Then of course, anyone that's been really following the whole coaster enthusiast space knows about Airy Force One. But if you don't, it's a pretty big RMC hybrid coaster that's basically just going to a random go-kart track in Atlanta is how I like to describe it to people. I know Fun Spot's a company with a bit of history with 2 kind of go-kart based theme park things down in Orlando, and they've bought this property in Atlanta, and they're in the process of really revving it up with this really massive for a park of its size. That's basically just a go-kart track, RMC. And I'm really hoping to be there for that one's opening day as well. I don't know if I'll be able to if it's on a Friday. However, I should be able to make it to opening weekend. I'm just hoping FunSpot will hurry up and announce an opening date so that I can actually, put it onto my calendar and make sure I don't end up scheduling anything else that weekend, because I think that'll be a really fun opening weekend. Sounds like there'll be a lot of enthusiasts there, and it'll hopefully just be a lot of fun if I'm able to make it down there for that. It really looks like a fantastic ride, so I'm excited for that. The current rumor and listing on Roller Coaster Database says that it's going to open on March 3rd, which would be a Friday, so that would be March 4th. So that would actually make Air Force One my first opening day for a coaster if I was able to go to that, because Big Bear Mountain wouldn't be until the next weekend at the earliest. However, FunSpot's not even open during this supposedly rumored opening day for their new ride, so yeah, I don't know. So yeah, most of the spring I'll probably just be heading to Dollywood and doing other stuff around the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Sevierville area, just because that's like easiest to get to and also cheapest. And there's a lot of stuff there, but I would also like to try at some point during this semester to get to Six Flags over in Georgia. I've never actually been to a Six Flags park before, and it's Six Flags, it's the budget chain, but over Georgia it looks like it has some pretty fantastic rides and lots of new coasters to add to the credit count. Hopefully I'll be able to get down there at least sometime during the spring. It's about 3 hours away, so that's an easy day trip. About hitting the upper limit for that, but obviously this is all just kind of going to depend on how my schedule shakes out. That's why I don't really make these plans too far in advance or make announcements on where I'm going, because I really just don't know until I'm going. That's kind of this spring, but going into the summer, I'm actually most likely going to be doing a study abroad trip over the summer to London. I'll know whether or not I'm doing that or not by mid to the end of February. But if I do that, that means I'm obviously not going to be, in the United States to ride coasters for most of the summer. What that does mean though is I will be in London, which is pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited for that trip overall. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And of course that would allow me to hopefully get to visit my first international theme park. There's a lot of stuff to see in the UK that's not roller coaster and amusement park based. And there's just so much I want to see, even going to some other countries like the Netherlands. I've been to Scotland before, but I'd love to go back. Spain looks pretty cool. So while I'm already over there, there's definitely lots of places I want to see, things I want to do that don't have to do with theme parks. But if I can at least get to 1 or 2 amusement parks while I'm over there, that would make me happy. Obviously for the UK, Alton Towers is kind of one that everyone wants to get to. I've looked into the whole train and bus connection situation to get up there, and it's a little bit weird, but it's definitely doable, more doable than most parks here in the US, because I definitely obviously won't have a car while I'm over there. But also Chessington is right outside of London, and they're getting that really wacky launched B&M shuttle wing coaster thingamajigger that I feel like I'll have to go over there, even if it's just in the evening after class, just to see what that thing is all about. So that's probably the most exciting news I have here, is just the international park opportunity that I might have over the summer. Now, it's not the whole summer, it's most of the summer, but I still have a chunk at the end of the summer while I'll be back in the Nashville area. Now, the Nashville area doesn't have anything close to it the way that Knoxville has the whole Pigeon Forge area, only about an hour away. So my home park is Dollywood while I'm here. While I'm in Nashville, technically my home park is Beach Bend, but that's still an hour and a half away. Not really fantastic. If a park like Kings Island was an hour and a half away, then yeah, home park. But as much as I love Beach Bend for what it is, it's hard to justify more than 2 or 3 times driving an hour and a half to, ride a GCI and some fair rides. Honestly, it's a really short amount of time that I'm home between London and then coming back here. So honestly, I don't even know if I'd be able to hit any theme parks while I'm in the Nashville area, but my priorities would be number 1, Holiday World. That's just somewhere I like to go pretty much every year. It doesn't get old. Just such a great, charming park. Love it. And that's day trippable pretty easily from Nashville, so that's probably my first priority. And then just getting back to Beach Bend at least once, because that's just something I feel like I have to do at least once as a Nashville enthusiast, coaster enthusiast. But other than that, that's probably all I would have time to do in that slot of time between getting back from London and going here, and it would be a miracle if I could even get both of those parks in. So then of course, going into the fall and winter, back here, Dollywood being my home park, easily accessible, cheap with a season pass, all good there. I'm very lucky to have Dollywood as my home park with its like longer operating season. They're open like the entirety of the fall semester, so that's really nice. But honestly, same kind of deal with Pigeon Forge area is here. Some other parks are kind of maybe accessible, but you know, it's all going to kind of end up being the same drill. Of course, I'm never really opposed to doing any sort of like longer trip to visit some new park or new parks. But honestly, that's just stuff where we'll just kind of have to see what happens as the year progresses. That's what things are generally looking like for all y'all that are new around here. So in terms of the types of content you expect to see here, obviously I record videos pretty much every time I go to a park now. I'm not 100% sure if I will do that in 2023. I probably will still most of the time, but with Dollywood, for instance, it feels kind of excessive sometimes to do a vlog every time I'm there, since it is so decently easily accessible to me and I go there so often. You know, sometimes if I like go there for a couple hours after class or something, like, is that really worth a vlog? Even if I go there for a whole Saturday, it's like, I've already been there 3 times like in the past couple months. Is there really anything worth making a video about? And a lot of times, yes, there is, but I don't know. I just thought I should mention, since I do pretty much do a video with every park visit now, that I might not exactly do that every time. I still have plenty of things to keep the content flowing on here even if I don't do that. So besides that, I'd like to do a lot more like reviews and stuff like that for not just roller coasters, but other aspects of theme parks and the amusement industry. So flat rides, shows, you know, parks as a whole. And where we'll kind of just have to see what I end up feeling works and doesn't work on the channel. I mean, I love to do reviews of things like maybe any hotels that I stayed at doing theme park visits. Like I stayed at a hotel when I went to Carowinds Winterfest last year. And then some other like attractions that may not necessarily be theme or amusement parks, but the lines keep blurring. Like a lot of zoos have added like kiddie coasters, or if you're in Sweden, big coasters. But I don't know, would a zoo vlog like work on this channel? I don't know. I'm not really one to give into, you know, what the viewers want and always be chasing what the viewers want. I'm more chasing what I think works for the type of channel that I'm trying to build. And while theme parks and amusement parks will always be the focus here, I don't want to feel like that's all that I can do with this particular channel, and where there's overlap with other things kind of related to the same amusement industry vein, or even kind of beyond that a little bit with things like that. I mean, we'll just have to test the boundaries and see. Because I definitely want to put some of my other interests into other YouTube channels, and I feel like there might be some kind of like crossover between things. Like the obvious example is if I do a video game focused channel and I ever end up making it to Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios, is that a Coasting the Planet video, or is that a like gaming channel video? I don't know. Obviously these are all decisions that only I can make, and I'm the one that's going to be obviously deciding which videos go where, but it has been kind of stressing me out lately, maybe more than it should be, kind of figuring out what channel boundaries are going to be and where I can and can't make videos on certain things. I guess the best way forward is not to have any like steadfast rules, and to just kind of see what I end up feeling like I want to put where. Just again, I don't want to like feel very limited by the niche that I'm trying to create with a channel like this, which is why I was hesitant in splitting my interest into different channels to begin with. But again, I know at the end of the day, I'm the only one that can decide about that, but I'm just kind of speaking aloud. It's nice to just sit down and have these kinds of conversations with any potential viewers. I feel like it helps create more of a sense of community and stuff like that. And I enjoy when some of the YouTube channels that I watch take the time to sit down and do like a low-key talk about their life in general as it relates to their channel, or kind of how they're feeling about the future of their channel and certain things. So I kind of want to do that same kind of thing and foster that same kind of like viewership interaction. But obviously I didn't like script anything for this video, so there's probably stuff I meant to talk about that I forgot. So maybe I'll kind of make a better list of my points, you know, for next time. I'll probably very soon in the next coming weeks start doing like what my thoughts are on some of the new additions that parks are adding next year. I know I'm very late to the party on that, but things like how I think Big Bear Mountain's gonna be, and all the Cedar Fair additions and stuff like that. So again, I'm late to the party, but who cares? Also, YouTube used to have a restriction where you had to have 1,000 subscribers in order to do a mobile live stream, but I think they've now removed that. So hopefully I'll be able to do just some general live streams as well, just when I'm at parks, kind of walking around some. That'd be fun, I think. and just have some more fun general live streams around here. Maybe just to talk to you all, just sitting around, or putting together some coaster dynamic stuff or something, I don't know. So I definitely do want to do more just kind of casual talks like this throughout the year. Hopefully I'll have more interesting things to say next time, and I'm not really sure what that'll look like. I've tried, before I did I used to do like a monthly channel update thing that I would try to do that periodically on Variety Entertainment, and it just never seemed to work the way I wanted it to. Like monthly felt too frequently, and I don't know. Again, I'd like to be able to talk about the channel like this, but I don't really know what exactly the best way to go about that is, and I don't think a monthly channel update is it, because then half the videos uploaded sometimes would just be channel updates, so I don't know what the best solution to that is. We're just gonna head into this year running and figure out what the solutions to things are as we go. And the main thing for me is, again, just figuring out what the boundaries of this channel are going to be, because I definitely want to make it a bit of a wider scope than most of the other coaster channels that just focus specifically on the coasters. I want to talk about a lot more of the amusement park experience and traveling in that kind of sense. In general, I just got to figure out what the point is that you cross the line and that kind of travel stuff becomes something that goes somewhere else. And that whole concept has just been really bothering me. But I guess at the end of the day, it's my channel and I can do whatever the heck I want with it. I just gotta make sure I don't want to have 10 different channels, because then you end up spreading yourself way too thin. I just want a couple. Again, obviously YouTube is just a hobby for me, so it's just when I have time to make any kinds of videos. Right now, Coasting the Planet is my biggest focus, because I'm trying to, grow it. But hopefully soon also go back to figure out what the heck I want to do with Variety Entertainment, and then see about specifically making a kind of gaming type channel, maybe. I don't know. I just still need to figure out exactly what those niches that I'm going to take from Variety Entertainment are to make into their own channels, because I don't know. This is a discussion to have on a video like this for that channel, not for this. And I'm getting confusing now. Here's to a great year for amusement and theme parks, and you all be sure to let me know what kind of stuff you're excited for in 2023 related to coasters and etc. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch to the end of this video, and I hope you all will catch another ride with me very soon. I made a cheesy outro slogan. I don't know how much I like that one though. I don't know if it's gonna stick.